In this video we are going to talk about preview and upcoming games. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video if you enjoy it. The initial not many months of another year are consistently terrible with new computer games. Engineers who can't fulfill the time constraint for the Christmas season frequently cut snare and shunt their rewards for so much hard work into January or February to purchase urgent time for some additional clean. In any case, I don't think I've seen anything very like the start of 2022. We're approaching the year's end as we enter the 10th month of 2022. Here are our preview and upcoming new games. Number 10, Grounded. Delivery date, September 27, 2022. Albeit in fact a game that has been playable as of now from the beyond 2 years, Grounded will at long last have its full delivery in the not-so-distant future of September. In Grounded, players assume command over contracted down youngsters, presently getting by against bugs and different dangers. The world turns out to be quite a lot more amusing to investigate on this side, however at that point crowds of monster bugs make it difficult for you to appreciate things. Thus, you need to work with your party to keep the foes under control and get by until you figure out how to bounce back to your unique size. The game is presently accessible to buy on PC preceding its full delivery, yet the game will likewise be emerging as a component of the Xbox Game Pass upon its full delivery. Number 9, Dragon Quest X, Rise of the Five Tribes Offline. Delivery date, September 15, 2022. The 10th mainline passage on the widely praised Dragon Quest series never saw a delivery beyond Japan, generally inferable from its less customary delivery type as this game was a MMORPG when it originally delivered in 2012. Yet, presently, after a decade, Dragon Quest X will have a redischarge, this time permitting players to encounter the MMORPG on PlayStation, PC, and the Nintendo Switch disconnected, alone and away from others. Tragically, this redelivery will likewise not get a Western delivery, yet we're remembering this title for our top 10 new rounds of September 2022 in order to stand out to this game and provoking Square Enix to carry this game toward the West, ultimately. Up to that point, we could need to depend on fan interpretation patches if we really have any desire to play the game. Number 8, the DioField Chronicle. Delivery date, September 22, 2022. The DioField Chronicle is a pristine IP coming from Square Enix, and it's likewise a spick and span assume the personality-driven strategies-based technique games. While taking a great deal of motivation from games like Fire Emblem, Final Fantasy Tactics, and Tactics Ogre, among others, the DioField Chronicle expects to change the class by acquainting continuous system mechanics with the game. Envision playing Fire Emblem like how you'd presumably play a CRPG with a strategic interruption highlight. It's similar to that, yet with additional strategies than RPG. Up until this point, gathering for the game has been warm and positive because of the great demo that Square Enix shared for the game. Number 7, Valkyrie Elysium. Delivery date, September 29, 2022. Emerging, first on PlayStation this month, then, at that point, next, on PC in November, Valkyrie Elysium is the hard reboot of the Valkyrie Profile establishment, a restoration of an old exemplary that will unquestionably cause some disruption old fans as Square Enix takes on a trick to acquire another crowd for the off-dark establishment. Valkyrie Elysium is an activity experience pretending game that has a high spotlight on frantic, high-energy fights. Players assume command over a Valkyrie, a lady of death that are gathering Einherjars, spirits of fallen heroes that they take with them to get ready for the climactic Ragnarok. Number 6, NBA 2K23. Delivery date, September 9, 2022. Michael Jordan features the current year's entrance in NBA 2K, appropriately so as 2K23 brings out the memory of the most famous player to at any point where the number. The Michael Jordan Challenge returns in the current year's excursion, and my team is being redone to make it a lot more amicable to fans. We're extremely amped up for this title, as usual, and we anticipate the enhancements NBA 2K23 welcomes on top of the astounding NBA 2K22. What's more, thusly, this game tops our rundown of the top 10 new games of September 2022. Number 5, Steelrising. Delivery date, September 8, 2022. Initially planned for an August 2022 delivery date, Steelrising was rather pushed back to early September. Anyway, it's coming this month. What's truly going on with Steelrising? Steelrising is an activity experience game set in a substitute course of events of the French Revolution where robots exist. Players assume command over Aegis, a puzzling machine showstopper, who should defy the distraught King Louis XVI of France and his cruel mechanical armed force. Overhaul Aegis as you progress through the game with new capacities, permitting players to make their own forms from hard hitters to nimble stunt devils or as a virtuoso of the essential expressions. Investigate in other timetable Paris as you attempt to save history from the frenzy of a mech-fixated king. Number 4, Metal, Hellsinger. Delivery date, September 15, 2022. Metal, Hellsinger is a flawless cadence-based FPS. Envision playing Doom, however you need to shoot your weapons on a specific beat, and, picture this, Doom as of now has incredible music, yet Metal, Hellsinger best even that. Overflowing with fiendish adversaries, strong weapons, and extraordinary metal music, players will battle their direction through the 8 hells as they attempt to travel out for the sake of retribution. Gracious, and Troy Baker voices the game's storyteller. Discuss an eargasm. Interactivity-wise, this is as yet an able open-world experience that is at its best while you're going head-to-head against one of those aluminum-plated T-Rexes, yet you'll keep close by for the story, which thoughtfully disentangles a greater amount of the secrets waiting in this post-apocalypse. The inquiry at the middle won't ever change. Number 3, Splatoon 3. Delivery date, September 9, 2022. Splatoon is back this year with more paint and splat than any time in recent memory. That implies more salmon runs, more turf wars, and so forth. This game, basically, is more Splatoon, and Splatoon fans definitely understand what they'll get simply from that depiction. Concerning the individuals who are curious about the series, Splatoon is Nintendo's interpretation of crew-based multiplayer shooters. It's paintball yet for the most part about shooting the floor and walls beside the rivals. The game's primary mode is Turf Wars, where 2 groups of players battle to paint the field with their group's tone. The other principal game mode is Salmon Run, a helpful encounter where players should endure rushes of foe salmonids with expanding trouble, and that's only the tip of the iceberg, and more mad runs for salmonid eggs and endurance. Number 2, FIFA 23. Delivery date, September 30, 2022. The last FIFA game under the EA Sports brand will be coming out this September 2022, denoting a conclusion of an important time period for sports reenactment games, and a beginning of another one. Beginning 1 year from now, we'll be seeing 2 contending football reproduction games, the Authority FIFA title and the continuation EA Sports will make. In any case, basically during the current year, we should appreciate for one final time the EA Sports FIFA 23 experience that we love to hate to perpetually cherish. FUT, anybody? Number 1, The Last of Us Part 1. Delivery date, September 2, 2022. Delivering first on the PlayStation 5 preceding showing up on Steam in a little while, The Last of Us Part 1 is precisely the same story that made many developed people cry a very long time back. Nonetheless, it's back this month with cutting edge includes that use upgrades and innovation since the arrival of the first. For a full rundown of that, you can look at our article here. This game is fairly polarizing as fans are glad that this game is returning with better elements and personal satisfaction upgrades, however many lament for being a costly game for what's basically a repeat of an old game. One way or the other, we're certain this game makes a many individuals rundown of top 10 new rounds of September 2022. What do you think about this video? Do let us know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.